Okay, everybody, welcome to this episode of Sit Down with the Boss. Today we have the Corpus Christi boss, LiL Farris, in the house. Give an introduction and kind of let them know who you are, LiL Farris.
What's up, man? It's LiL Farris, Corpus Christi, Texas. I'm with Nate Entertainment. I'm in here with Fat Man. You know what it is.
Already now, where is LiL Farris doing his music and coming out of right now at the time?
Currently, it's Corpus Christi, Texas, 361. Pretty much I can speak for the whole coastal bend. I've just been hitting every city that I can in Texas, South Texas, and just been trying to put together everything with the company that I'm with Nate Entertainment, and just been knocking it out here in Texas. So.
Already now, what was it like growing up in the Corpus Christi area as a young child for LiL Farris?
Man, it was pretty crazy, man. I used to run around with some of my little partners around here, man, and we used to always get into trouble, man. We was always breaking into houses, doing things we shouldn't have been doing back when we was young, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was just living that don't give a fuck life, because it was hard for us coming up with the way that we looked at life versus how other people do, and we just felt like we just had to get out there and get it, so we did some things that we shouldn't have did, but we had to at the time because it was the only option we had.
Already. Now, which one of your friends, family member, cousin, was the one that ran the streets with you and did exactly what you was talking about, your little crew? What was the first crew LiL Farris was running with?
Man, that was PMH, Player Made Hustlers. Shout out to my boy Mud Gang Rick. That was my road dog. That was my brother right there, man. I mean, since we was like 9 years old, man, we was in the streets doing everything, man. I mean, I know it's a young age, but we had to grow up fast where we came from.
Already. Shout out to Mud Gang Rick. Now, I asked you earlier about sisters and brothers.
Yeah.
How many sisters and brothers do you have?
Man, so I got a sister and a brother that are still living. I did lose a brother when I was 13. R.I.P. Jared Ferris. And yeah, so I got a brother. He's out in Houston, and my other sister, she's out there in Rockville, Texas.
Already. Now, at the time of losing your brother, what was that like for you?
Man, that was a real hard thing. I was real close with my brother. He was into this music shit with me, so we was doing music stuff together too. And we just, I mean, when I had heard about it, I didn't believe that. I really thought they was just fucking around with me because my family be joking a lot. So you know what I'm saying. I know that ain't something to joke about, but I really didn't believe it at first. And sure enough, man, I go up into Houston and you know what I'm saying, see my brother right there laying on the bed with all the machines hooked up to him. It really hit me. So it actually, I'm somebody that deals with depression, right? So seeing that, witnessing that, it kind of put me more in a depressed mind state, and made it life a little bit harder, and kind of turned my attitude even more to not giving a fuck about things around me because it was something that I couldn't understand. So
yeah. Now, what age did you get into the music?
it's kind of a funny story, man. I was about 10, 11 years old, and my brother, he from the streets, you know what I'm saying? And I was transitioning from, you know, my family, how they are, they're Tejano music, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, quinceañeras and such and everything going on. And it was more of a Tejano lifestyle vibe when I was younger, so the way I dressed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rattlesnake boots with gold tips and belt buckle. Well, my brother was about somewhere between 9 and 11. My brother you know, my brother's an OG, he's from the streets.
Already.
And it was just kind of like thrown at me like, man, you my little brother, you ain't finna be walking around like this, doing that, whatever, man. You finna get on this wax, we finna do this, man. So my brother was into doing music as well. Mm-hmm. And so I remember one day he told me, you ain't finna come out this room, you finna record this track right here, got this written, you finna drop this, we're gonna record it. And we ain't have no studio back then. Yeah. All we had was radio, man, and it's just play, record over Tejano tapes. We make it to where we could record over them, yeah, and have a music playing in the background. So my brother, he locked me in a room, literally. Said, you ain't finna come out until you get this laid out, I wanna hear it. Well, I think I did it probably like 4 or 5 times, and then finally I felt like, okay, this is good. Played it back, showed my brother. Everybody in the family ended up coming over, checking it out. And I don't know, just hearing myself back out the radio, I don't know, it just brought like some kind of I don't know, a great feeling. You know what I'm
Really?
saying? And ever since then, I just had the passion to do music after hearing myself play back. So,
Really? Now, what high school did LiL Farris attend?
well, I did go to high school. It was Brazos Wood High School. It was in Lake Jackson, Texas, a 5A school. The thing about it is I went to high school, but there was I was down with some people, and it was more of like a bullshit joke that was played out, and I ended up going and doing some time for it. I did 9 months in the TYC,
Yeah.
and it was about the first or second day of high school when this incident had happened, and my partners had told me about somebody that had said that they were setting me up to get me and this and that, and I don't know, at that time, at that age, I just didn't give a fuck, so I just go up to anybody. I didn't care who the fuck you were. Win, lose, it didn't matter to me. And I approached this dude in the cafeteria early morning, and you know, I had to look back at my partners like, you know, this the dude, and you know, they telling me, yeah, whatever. So dude stands up, a lot bigger than me, so I just took a swing at him, and I guess I just got lucky. He fell, so I started beating him up and getting in on him, fucked up his jaw, all kinds of shit. Well, I ended up going and doing 9 months in TYC for it. So when I had came back to school, I was having to repeat that grade, and it was, again, not even a weekend. Keep in mind, my partners hadn't talked to me the whole 9 months I was locked up.
Yeah.
And came back into school, and it was about a weekend. I finally seen some of the homeboys or whatever, and come to find out it was just some bullshit that was made up because another dude had beef with him and knew that I was that type that just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So it got to a point where I'm telling my niggas that's supposed to be my boys, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm done with this shit. Let's get out of this shit. I'm done with it. I'm gonna stay in this shit by myself, handle everything by myself. So later on that day after school, it was, if y'all know how gang shit is, you know, young gang shit is, you gotta get jumped out, jumped in, such.
Yeah.
So I ended up fighting about 13 of them. We was outside of the school, and it was just me. It's what I had to do in order to get out. And I probably got in like maybe on 2 or 3 of them, and that was it. I had to take my licks.
Already. Now, what advice would you give a youngster that's living the gang life? You know, as far as getting out and trying to succeed and be something in life. Because right now, it seems like you damn sure make the right move.
Man, the best advice that I can give is don't give a fuck what people think. This is your craft. This is what you're building. And some people gonna feel it, some people ain't gonna feel it. And it's when you start getting it into your mind of worrying about so much what they are wanting out of this, you lose track of yourself in the process. And man, it just mind fucks you, because you be thinking, well, if I put this out, I wonder if they really gonna feel this or if they ain't. And the thing about it is me, I don't waste no material. Anything that I do, that I'm in the studio, if I don't even feel it as much, I'm still gonna put it out, because there might just be, I don't even care if it's one person that's gonna feel it. I'm gonna put it out because somebody might need that.
Already.
So I just say, just do what you do and block out all the hate, and don't worry about what everybody else is saying on what you got going on. Just keep on pushing.
Already. Now, how did you meet Nate Nichols?
So I met Nate, well, I heard about Nate, you know, because when I was doing this music shit, I would try to get with every promoter that I could in different cities. And I had heard about Nate out here in Corpus. So, see, the first show, it was a Boozy concert that had went on, I believe, 2 years ago. It was about 2 years ago. And Nate was helping another promoter run it. And I had got on that show. I had seen Nate, and I just hollered at him and told him, like, yo, man, look, my name's LiL Farris, man. I'm doing music. I heard you the man out here in the city, putting the shows on. So just pay attention and watch me, because I'm telling you, man, I'm going to do what I got to do to get where I need to be. And after the show, after I got done performing, he did come up to me and told me like, man, you got a little something, man. I'm gonna stay in touch with you, and we kind of just stay in touch with some shows and shit.
Yeah.
And at this time, I was actually paying to get on these shows, and you know, there's a lot of shows that I had paid prior to getting my deal. I had paid getting on shows, and now it's, you know, I just didn't stop. I kept on doing what I had to do, and now it's reversed. Now I'm actually getting paid for me to do these shows. So
already. Now, winning the best artist in Corpus Christi. First of all, congratulations on winning that.
appreciate you.
And how did it feel to be, you know, noticed for being the best artist in Corpus Christi?
Man, it was a pretty badass feeling. There was a lot of other badass artists that were out there. Even actually some artists that I'm a fan of their music. I support their move. Ever since that had happened and it had been announced, I mean, just my whole life had changed. Got out the streets. I got into the studio more, and I'm actually like, it's actually really a job. I mean, I love it though, so it's not hard for me. But you know what I'm saying? After that had happened and the deal came about, it ended up becoming a job, and now, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot more time that I'm having to invest, but I know it's gonna be worth it in the end. So.
Already. Now, did you get any hate out of that? I know you don't worry about what people say, but did you see or feel any hate when you won the artist best artist? That was the first time I ever heard them announce the best artist in Corpus. So you actually won that for the first time, the first person. You know, nobody can take that from you. Did you receive? Well, I ain't gonna ask you, did you? How much hate did you see come back from that?
Man, I ain't never seen so much hate, bro. I mean, you know, there was a lot of love too. Shout out to everybody who really supporting. Yeah, bro. I mean, it was crazy. You know, the one thing, you know, that a lot of people spoke on was about, you know, when the deal had happened for me winning the competition, and when the deal happened, you know, all the money that was exposed at that time. You know, I think some people were right about, you know, man, this dude just put himself as a target. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but you know what I'm saying? Real dudes from out in the streets already know this is how life been. It's just, you know, a little bit more exposed, such whatever. But I mean, I don't know. I was ready for whatever was gonna come, but I know there was a lot of stuff that was going around on social medias, posts about me and such. You know, because I heard about it. I just never fed into it. I never really cared as far as, you know, niggas saying this, that, whatever. And I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like the hate is not even like, it's not even from. It's mostly dudes, and some dudes that really don't even know me and just, I don't know, I guess just want to hop on dick with others and just go against me for no reason, and it's cool with me. But I even actually had a little situation not too long ago where some, you know what I'm saying, nigga tried to set me up with some bitch out here, and like I just be watching my surroundings. I just pay attention to everything. So that ain't, you know what I'm saying? I can't say that it won't happen because you never know what the fuck happens. I just pay attention to everything, everybody around me. So.
Already. Now I see you doing a lot of concerts, and I see a lot of concerts scheduled. How do you feel about being one of the most active artists out this really out of Texas? Can't just say in Corpus.
Yeah, man. It feels good, man. I mean, like I said, man, I've been doing this since 10, 11 years old, and it's been a lot of work, man. I mean, I got hundreds of songs, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could probably say thousands. I mean, I've been doing it. So, you know, it's finally paying off. Like, I've got shows with Mike Jones coming up. I got a show with Lil Durk for July 4th. We got a show with DaBaby July 31st. I got a show, the biggest show right now, set for right now this year is the Gucci Man show, NLE Choppa, Yella Beezy, Trap Boy Freddy. So there's a lot of other private events that are going on and that I get booked for, but those are the public ones, and there's a lot more to come.
Already. Now, as your success rises, what do you plan to do with, you know, fortune and fame that comes in with it? With
the fortune and fame, I know you gotta have the fame in order to get there, but really I ain't worried about the fame, man. I'm trying to do what I got to for my kids. I got 3 kids, and really my whole goal in life, man, is just to get them settled in life at a certain age to where they don't gotta worry about doing things that I did. And you know, it's like my son, he really looks up to me and pays attention to everything I do. The little boy got swag, you know what I'm saying? And he even tries to catch on to my lingo when we're talking and such. But, you know, even though I allow him to be a certain way to a certain extent, I still try to, you know what I'm saying, let them know real life, like, you know, how this shit really is and how hard it can get. And if you don't stay in school and you don't handle your business, when you get older, it's a whole lot worse. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to keep my kids from being in the streets, period. So, what I would have to say, my main goal is to get to a level where I can just pay for their college tuition and get them ready on track for real life to come, you know? So.
Already. Now, is there a special lady in LiL Farris' life right now?
So, let me take a sip on it. So this is really what it is. It's a little crazy story, man. But to sum it all up, about almost 2 years ago, because I don't know if too many people know, as far as I was doing this music for a bit, and about 5.5, 6 years ago, I had gotten into a serious relationship, and I actually left the music alone for about 4 years. And actually, I turned down a deal that was presented to me at the time, and it was a choice between this woman that I was in love with or this music that I was in love with. And I chose to take on a relationship, devote myself. I was committed and, you know what I'm saying, doing what I needed to do for my relationship. And 4 years went on, and I really thought, you know what I'm saying, I really thought this girl was gonna be the one, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Asked her for a hand in marriage, and it was good for a bit, man. And I don't know, things just turned around. So we ended up separating about 1.5 years ago, almost 2 years, and I fell in a really bad place. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, I deal with depression, so it really took a toll on me. And I actually spoke about it on a live on my Facebook, and was letting some of my supporters know what was going on. Because whenever me and her had separated, I guess the only other thing that I knew about life was music. So I took that pain that I had gotten from that relationship, and I turned it into power and just put it back into my music. And you know, so I would always get comments and such asking about my music, like all the pain and everything that I go through and what it was and shit like that. So I think it was last summer, man. I was really bad on drugs. My depression was real bad. I was still doing my music, and I was kind of hiding the fact that I was on medications, you know what I'm saying? And it just got to a point where everybody started noticing, started losing weight, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, such. And I don't know what it was, man. My kids, and seeing the hurt that they were experiencing because of what I was going through, and I wasn't actually it felt like I wasn't in my own body to be able to love them and do what I needed to do for them. So it kind of just made me feel like, I can't keep doing this. I gotta change. And I've always been a God, man. Like, ain't nobody perfect. We all do wrong. But so I started getting more involved. Me and my cousins were going to Bible studies, and I was just trying to get myself back in contact and getting back in connect with God to help me get through what I was going through. And you know what I'm saying? So that kind of helped me get back to a good mindset, to where it's like, okay, I gotta leave this alone, this is what I'm doing now. This is what it is. I got to accept what happened and move forward with life. So that's what I did. And I guess the artist of the year and the deal is what came out of me doing what I did. So,
really?
Yeah. But as far as a woman currently in my life and such, I'm more focused on doing what I got to do right now, taking care of my kids and getting them on the right path. So I'm not really too worried at this moment into making a commitment to a relationship. I'm more just focused on what I'm doing as far as this music and getting my kids where they need to be. So.
Already, and that was the next question. What was next in the music for LiL Farris?
I'm sorry?
What are some of your plans coming up in the music right now for LiL Farris?
Well, I do got an album dropping July 15th. It's with TNS Nephew. Shout out to my boy.
Already.
Yeah, July 15th, Pill Pressure's dropping on all music platforms. That album is actually, just to break it down real quick, that album is actually, the reason that it's called Pill Pressure is because the whole album, when recording and going through what we was going through and still medicated, the album is for people who deal with addiction and reasons as to why they do and such. And so it kind of just lets more people know what I was fighting and dealing with while on these medications, trying to overcome the pain that I had felt from.
Really now, where can they find LiL Farris on social media?
Man, you can check me out on, well, you can actually just Google LiL Farris and it's going to pull up all my platforms. But you can check me out on Instagram, Lil_Farris. You can go on Facebook. It's LiL Farris fan page. You can hit me on the Snap, LiL Farris Music with a Z, and Twitter is LiL Farris.
Already. Now, what advice would you give any young coming artist right now that's thinking about getting in the music game?
Man, the one thing that I can say for anybody that's getting in the music game right now is get your bag right before you get in this game, because once you get in and you start building a support system and they want to keep on seeing all this new stuff from you, you know what I'm saying, it takes a lot of bread to make this kind of shit happen. So I ain't talking, man, get 2 bags if you can. And like I said, going back to it is, don't worry about what everybody else is saying about how you dressing, how you doing it, how you spitting it, what you speaking on. Just whatever you're passionate about, whatever you feel that's in your heart that you need to let people listen and know what it is that you're going through, and maybe your story can help them. Just do what you feel that you gotta do. Don't worry about nobody else.
Alright, now any shout outs you want to give before we get out of here?
Yeah, I want to go ahead and give a shout out my manager Nate Entertainment, to my partner Mud Gang Rick, to my Vogue Gang team, that boy Slim, Big E, TNS Nephew, Baby Brown, Scuba Steve. Shout out to my boy So Gone So Flexy. I know the Mud Gang Casino niggas, they doing their thing. Shout out to them. Just anybody else in the music industry in this area, man, that's doing their thing, just keep grinding, keep doing what you're doing, and keep pushing.
Alright, everybody, and that was it. We have LiL Farris. He just sat down with the boss.